Good morning and welcome to Wild Wednesday here at the Kansas City Zoo. I'm your host, Allison, and I'm back with Katie.
Hi.
We also have Jill inside there with some very cute little critters. These are our bat-eared foxes, right?
Correct.
Okay, now it looks like they're being tossed some pretty delicious treats. What's happening in here?
Right. So it looks like they're getting crickets. Crickets are part of their diet. These guys are omnivores, so they eat a variety of food. They love insects.
Okay.
That is why, if you'll notice, they're very large ears on their head.
Absolutely.
Those ears actually help them hear bugs under the ground. So that is one of the ways they have to find their food.
Wow.
They have very, very good hearing. But they also do eat a variety of other things. So we do give them meat, a little bit of produce.
Okay.
And then sometimes a mouse, depending.
Very cool. Yeah.
But yeah, so they're getting bugs because this is a big part of their diet, especially out in the wild.
And I'm guessing they probably like all kinds of bugs. Like today we're getting these, but
Right.
Yeah.
So we feed out crickets, mealworms, and then also superworms, which are a little bigger. And in the wild, they would eat a lot of termites.
Oh. They'd probably be nice to have around the house, but
Right.
not really.
No.
Not really.
No, not really. Actually, they don't make good pets. A lot of people ask us that because one of the things they do is they do mark, and they mark with urine. So you don't necessarily want them marking around your house.
Absolutely. And I think we just saw a little bit of that just being displayed here a
Right.
second ago. Now, I think you mentioned earlier before we started that we have a male and two females, right?
Correct.
Okay.
We do have Otif. He's the taller one with our two females, Sophie and Thakosa, who we like to call Cozy. And so they are a breeding group.
Okay.
So they are accessed right now. That way, if they are getting closer, potentially, hopefully, ever going to have kits, they feel comfortable and can go in and go into their nest boxes. So that's why they may not be viewable at all times on exhibit at this current time.
Okay. And these guys, it's kind of like, is it an internal clock? They're like at a certain time of year is when we're ready to breed?
Usually, they do have a breeding season, and we're pretty close to it right now. We did get Otif in about 2 months ago, so we're kind of basing it off when we introduced him with the girls.
Wow. And around how old is everyone inside of here?
So Sophie is our oldest at 12.
Okay.
And she is kind of older. They can live into their early to mid-teens.
Cool.
Thakosa is 7, and then Otif is our youngster at 4.
What? Oh, wow. So we've got a lot of varying ages
Yeah.
inside of here.
Yep.
Now, you mentioned that they're a breeding group. Is that normal for them out in the wild?
Yeah, I think it depends on where they're from. They're from Southern Africa, but also some parts of Central Africa, and generally they will live in groups. They den up underground. So they do live in smaller groups, but even sometimes in different areas, they'll even live in larger groups. So
Wow.
it is pretty typical.
So they are kind of like sometimes when you think of canines, they are that pack animal. Very cool. Well, I also noticed that their neighbors have those same very large, big ears as well.
They
so
do.
Who do they share kind of a space with in their cul-de-sac, as you could call it?
Right. So it's our little fox cul-de-sac, as you would like to say. So over here we have our fennec fox, and we have Merlin and Adele.
Okay.
So we also
Those
have,
are cute names.
Yeah. So another male and female pair. Jill's gonna come over here and give them some bugs too.
Oh, very cool. So wait, so is that kind of a fox thing? Are they all kind of omnivorous, or is
So,
it just these
yeah.
two pairs?
A lot of foxes are omnivorous. Now I can't say the word. So yeah, these guys also eat a variety of bugs. They also get meat. They'll get some produce, and then every day they do get a mouse because they in the wild would be eating a lot of rodents, or if they could get small lizards, stuff like that.
Foxes are really cool exterminators is what I'm
Yes.
hearing. And I like to hear that too because a lot of times people wonder, they look at animals like foxes and they kind of think they're pests.
Yeah.
There's sometimes, especially where these animals from, there's a lot of human-wildlife conflict
Right.
and they get hunted and things like that. But it sounds like we absolutely need them.
We do. We need foxes. They do. They help control our bug population, but also rodents, like I said, or other species that might become overpopulated if they weren't there to help keep the numbers down.
Absolutely. Now, okay, do these guys, the fennec foxes, use their ears the same way that
Yes.
the bat-eareds?
So they will also use their ears to hear bugs underground. And a cool fact about the fennec fox, their ear size is the largest compared to their body size of all fox species.
Oh. So they're quite proportioned in a
Yeah.
funny way.
Yeah, so they have the largest ears proportioned to their body for other foxes, which
Very
is pretty
cool.
cool. And these guys are from a different environment than the bat-eareds. They're from more northern Africa, and they live more in deserts, so they're in
Okay.
arid environments.
Okay, very cool. And that makes sense, especially with their coats. Their coats are very
Right.
blonde in color, so
Yeah.
they can blend in.
They blend in, and they will also dig and den underground when it gets really hot. So it's one way they avoid the heat. And they can also actually, with those awesome ears, dispel heat through that too.
Wow. Wow. And that's one other thing I noticed that was really special about their exhibit. You just mentioned they like to den. You've kind of created a home for them where they can actually do that.
Right. We try to keep, we put different areas around our exhibit so that they feel secure and comfortable like a den, but you can still see them. So we try to change it up. And then they do actually have a den box that we've kind of somewhat buried on exhibit. So if they want to go in there, they can. The batteries have that too. We like to have them feel secure, but still be able to guests to see them.
Very cool. Now, a lot of people, they can easily miss this part of the zoo.
Right.
We are just near the lion area before the bridge on the way to Rhino. So when you come to the zoo, make sure you don't miss these guys. But one other thing about this area, well, they're sometimes when people come, they're asleep. So are these guys nocturnal, or do they just really enjoy a nice nap?
Yeah, because of where they're from and the environment, they are in the heat of the day. They will be nocturnal. They'll do a lot more hunting at night.
Oh, that
So
makes sense.
they're usually sleeping during the day. And then these guys, you'll notice we have more raised platforms in their exhibit. They can actually jump up to 3 feet in the air.
Whoa.
So they do like to jump.
Wow, they're like just mighty little foxes.
Yeah.
They're super cool. Well, thank you so much, Katie, for talking
Yeah,
to us
no
about these guys
problem.
today. And thank you so much, Jill, behind the scenes, tossing all the goodness as well. Once again, we've had quite a fun time here at Wild Wednesday. Make sure you catch us next week for a real good time. See you next time, guys. Bye.